Red light is on.
Red light is on.
All right. Okay, well, hey. Oh, you put this over here.
Yeah, I did. I wanted some props for the set.
Is it showing up real good?
Yeah, you almost look identical. You think? All right.
Very
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Goose.
Ah.
Hey, you might have noticed something new today.
Yeah, I see you got some earmuffs on.
Yeah. We got through 3 episodes yesterday, and I was feeling really good about it until I listened to them, and well, they sucked. And so we had reverb, we had a bad. I don't know. I don't understand enough. I fired the guy.
I thought you were shooting for a new look for the season premiere, because that's what this is. This is the season premiere of season 2.
It is. It's season 2. We made it.
Yeah. The executives called me, network executives called me, and they said we'd like to pick up the Pondcast for another season.
Yeah. What was your contract?
It's not disclosed.
Don't worry. I know what it is. All right. Well,
I ain't telling.
you don't have to. You know, this is really weird with the headset, and I'm going to get over it. So
I like the new pumpkin prop here.
It is. It's very nice. It's very festivus.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. We're coming up on it.
We sure are. And let's talk about the FIHL.
Yeah, because we haven't been here in a while, and we've been busy.
We have. I can't even tell you how good it is to get back in the chair.
Yeah.
And to be talking hockey and all the things that have been going on. Because, we've been busy, and we still got the COVID going on, and we got all this stuff upside down. And I feel at peace right now. There's a little bit of tranquility of just sitting here talking about hockey.
Well,
and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you take over.
While you were tracing around the country with the girls' team,
yes,
I was here diligently constructing the opening night festivities and getting all the pieces in order and the jerseys in. And as you can see, my beautiful Minuteman jersey here hanging on the set.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is about as classic of a Massachusetts type team as you could come across.
There are still people in shock that we're not a black and gold team, but I said I was going to do something revolutionary. So
and you did, and you know what? I like the colors. I mean, it is really actually all the teams.
They're beautiful. In fact, I've gotten so much feedback on the uniforms from parents and players that we're not expecting such nice uniforms, and I'm like, why wouldn't you expect nice uniforms?
Right.
This is not just some thrown together league. Your parents paid for the fees, and the fees go towards good stuff.
Yeah.
There's no cutting corners here. We're trying to do everything top of the line.
Well, and it shows. So we're 2 weeks into it, and
2 games in.
It's I got to tell you, the Aces have had an absolute blast.
That's good.
And now I have kind of the sibling team going.
You've got a team full of families.
Yes. But that said, we have a bunch of newbies too, where, it's kind of like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are having an absolute blast. I never thought in 100 years that they would have gelled and bonded like that over the first game. And
you have the distinct privilege of having two guys on your route. One right now coming up as second player from Pensacola.
Yes.
Driving all the way down here just to play in the FIHL.
That I thought that said a lot because, they were probationary, meaning, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah. Gavin Frost and Jackson Law, both 2 very high-quality players, quality human beings.
Yeah, we call him Frosty.
And he's already popped in some pucks in the nets for you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
and it's expected. I mean, if you're going to drive down that far, you better produce.
Yep. So you won't be in trouble with the coach, just your parents.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Frosty, backseat dude. Yep. But it's a 7-hour drive.
It's a long haul.
It's a long haul to play hockey.
And we're appreciative of them being involved in the league. We really are.
Yeah.
Because hopefully, who knows where the future holds for this league. But for right now, the fact that we draw players from all across the state, we have I think 3 players from Jacksonville, 2 from Daytona, obviously 8 or 9 from Central Florida. Yep. 2 from Pensacola. And one fella filled in this week as a pool player from the Miami Toros.
Nice.
So we've got kids that represent a good cross swath of the whole state of Florida.
Yeah. Well, and who would have thought that? I mean, that's what's kind of cool about it.
Well, The tentacles go wide. I have gotten to know a lot of people around the state from the fact that Wyatt's played all over the place.
Sure.
Ironically, Wyatt's never played on a team here in Tampa Bay.
Right.
He's played in Daytona, Jacksonville.
That's because
Kissimmee.
you're too busy playing like youth hockey jail.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But I just don't want to deal with all the the other stuff that goes along with the local stuff because I own the pond and all this stuff. So we've always just kind of found a team that really needed help, and as a result, we know a lot of players and a lot of coaches around the state, and it's cool.
Yeah. Well, you're also known as the couch guy now.
Yeah, I'm the couch guy.
All right. I'm known as the podcast guy, and we're trying to change it to the Pondcast.
It's the Pondcast, season 2, Goose Pond Pondcast.
Right. And it's awesome. I mean, who would have thought that getting into our second season and the renewed contract that we got?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Right. Still looking for that first spot. Well, we kind of have a quasi sponsor.
You want me to mention it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, other night,
because it's an extension, it's association.
Ba-boom.
And the fact that we don't have any right now.
Yep.
And we as a family all had protein shakes last night.
Nice.
So we tried the Captain Crunch.
Yep.
The chocolate vanilla, and I think the only one that's left is the
Fruit Loops, which is my favorite.
Oh, there you go.
This is Solid Muscle. It's a company in Daytona. One of the players' parents manufactures this directly, so this is not like a secondhand thing. This is a direct. They produce it themselves, and they sell it. So this is going to be available on the website soon. But the Kirkhams, the family that produces this product, they actually brought one of these to last week's games, one for every player in the league.
It was cool.
It was really, really cool, and we give a huge shout out to them. And they're going to be the official, nutritional post-game workout product that we're going to be having in our league in the FIHL. So yeah, kind of a semi-quasi sponsor there. So
yeah, they have a picture of me on the front there. Did you see that?
What, the 2 scoops? Oh, you're talking about this guy up here? I thought it was the scoops here.
It's one of the same, I'm sure. It's depending on whose vernacular you're looking through.
So, but good stuff, and the feedback I've gotten so far is that it's really tasty.
It is. It's really tasty. So, and
Solid Muscle.
Yeah. So thanks, and that was kind of unintentional, but I'm glad we did that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I had it sitting there. I was planning on doing a little pop for it, so you kind of jumped right in for me. I made it easy.
Yeah, it's kind of that was a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, so
I get it.
So we're here at week 2. We got the Halloween Spook Dracula coming up this Saturday night with a couple of nice fine games. Your first battle against the Sand Sharks, and my first battle, the Minutemen, against the Stingrays.
Yes.
And so our teams are both 1-1.
Yeah, we are tied for second place at the moment.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way. The only
how else would you put it?
I think we've scored more goals than you guys. So.
All right.
So,
all right.
Plus, if you go head to head, we beat you.
Yeah.
So there's your tiebreaker.
All right. Okay.
But we should have beat the Sand Sharks this week. It was a barn burner of a game.
All right.
Little crazy third period.
Yeah. So it's what 5-3 going into the third.
6-3 going into the third.
6-3 going into the third.
Right, and then not even 7-8 minutes left in the game.
Right. Things got a little dicey.
Got a little dicey after the 10-minute mark of the third period. So the last 10 minutes of the game, there were 9 goals scored between the two teams.
Right, it's crazy,
and that was just bizarre.
Yeah, and it's an overtime.
And then we win it overtime.
Yes.
And 15 seconds in, on the first shot, the Sand Sharks walked away with the fortuitous win.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So they're 2-0.
Yep. And my son was pretty bummed out because he had Hattie in that game, and he was really pushing hard.
Yes.
But you know what? It's for the Minutemen. I'd rather find out what we need to address in Game 2 instead of Game 22.
Oh, agreed.
So I'm not worried about the win or the loss. In fact, with everybody making the playoffs, the first 25 games are all about development and getting ready for that tournament.
Yes. Yeah, we, I can't speak enough of it. I'm enamored at how well things have gone already. And just the fact that, we've got players that, we're on the sidelines, decided to join after seeing it.
Yep.
We also had we got to talk about a raffle winner
Yeah. Let's see here. Get their names right. I don't want to screw it up. But we had our first split the pot winner, and
that was a rollover because no one claimed
it was a rollover, so it was worth about $220. And the grandparents of Tristan Bernard, who is a Stingray,
Yeah.
Linda and Dave Ansbro, they were the winners. They sent me a picture of their ticket and said that they would like to donate that pot back to the league to make sure that we are able to keep things rolling here. And
That's pretty cool.
That's very much appreciated. And
thank you.
Thank you very much. And for that wonderful gift, they'll be getting some hats and shirts from the FIHL swag shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Signed by the commish?
Sure, in black on the black shirt.
Perfect. With black Sharpie.
Yeah, with the black Sharpie on the black dry fit. So that way you see it perfectly clear.
Two-tone. That's awesome.
So
well, I'm trying to think. What else? Because we talked for. We may have been talked out at this point.
Well,
we went a half hour yesterday.
We were just talking about how much fun we were having and how much work has gone into it. When you come to the rink and you see the ticket table and little Tay-Tay behind the bench, taking people's tickets and giving people tickets out and stuff like that. And you see the banners up and the merchandise and and then the kids are all coming and getting ready for their game and the trophies on display that we're going to be playing for. It's I'm a good hour before the game, making sure everything's set up and looking good. And so when you come to the game, you go, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I'm behind the table going, is everything okay? Is everything okay?
Right. Well, and they don't know, and that's the good part about it is that it continues to get refined, and it's hard to believe that this has only been 2 weeks.
It's only been 2 weeks. It's been a blast, and the point you just said about things being refined. This is brand new for all of us. It's brand new for the entire Southeast. So we're really just kind of taking it game by game, week by week. And every week I find something else that I can tweak, make better, refine. Like you said, that word refine, between the website and how we produce the games. And because I feel like, when people come to the rink for their game, there's an entertainment factor. Jack Edwards always used to say on the Bruins broadcast when things got really heated, back and forth in fast action, he'd scream into the mic. He goes, how's your entertainment factor?
Right.
I want there to be an entertainment factor for the FIHL. I want the people that come to watch the games really enjoy themselves and say, that was a blast. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, it was cool because, what I liked was we had the moment for the national anthem, and that was, I like that now, and it's not that I didn't like it, but I've learned now after the 4 games, because I'm helping out in the box
same
or whatever you tell me to do.
Yep. Both of us.
Right. That I'm gaining an appreciation for what that means. And with everything that's been going on, it's kind of nice to settle back and say, you know what? We are one nation, and do the national anthem, and see all the kids standing there on the blue line.
That's fun. That's the best part of it for me. I see the kids, and you see certain kids, jogging back and forth with their skates.
Yeah.
You know what's going on in their hair. They're digging it.
Yeah.
And just the little things like that, and then to have some big things really fall into place. I was thinking about this the other night. Some things that just fell into place that I really didn't have to worry about because of it is. The contributions of the Fedor family.
Yes.
Karis and Francis, her work in the time clock and doing the scorekeeping.
You kept us really busy, dude. Francis
with the photography, and the pictures are great. And I'll be releasing those links in about an hour. I just got them in, so they'll be available. But their contribution has been enormous. Even to the point where he dropped the puck on opening night, retired from the CIA, 31 years, and also his wife also working for the CIA. They've been a great addition. They've been given their prospective favorite jerseys as a token. Yeah, you can guess which ones they like, but they're 2 different jerseys, and so they already have an intermarriage rivalry going between the.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Did the Aces make it to the table?
No. So let's just say it's Minutemen versus Sand Sharks. But in one of their defenses, I won't say which one's which, so you can probably figure it out.
Like when they wear the jerseys to the game next week.
And this might give it away. The Sand Sharks were picked because they have the cutest logo.
All right.
So, but you know what? I think that's cool. Every jersey has a story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
They got their favorites, and I mean they've given so much to the league, in my opinion, that I was more than happy to provide for them.
Yeah. So do yourselves a favor. Do them a favor, and this is really about kind of circulating the funds within the family at this point. Take a look at the pictures, and Jack was like, couldn't you make a phone call, Dad, and maybe get a picture? I'm like, you know what? I'm sure I could make a phone call and get a picture for you. I'm like, that said, dude, this is about giving back.
Yeah.
So, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go on the website, you're going to find that picture, and then we're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And then if 50 people do the same thing,
yeah,
then you know what? It made it kind of worthwhile for him to.
Absolutely. And he's been at every event. He's been at every combine, both games, the draft, and then once the rosters are set, we will have the day where we do all the headshots for the website, and then we'll also do some the headshots for the website. And there's a lot of things that he's going to be doing for us with the photography, because we want the website to be just filled with the players.
Right.
So, and
and I've got some really cool things planned once we get to that stage too. Where
I know you
learning through the alliance and through the girls of it's cool because I look at parallel paths between the two programs where the girls get kicked in the teeth every day, and it's a shame. It doesn't have to be that way, and then you add the fact that they're from Florida, okay, and we can't go anywhere but north to play hockey. It's just that simple. We don't have 100 teams in Florida to play. And so what are we doing? We're going to Texas, we're going to Nashville, we're going to Michigan, and it's twice a month right now to get our games in and to give the girls the chance. And, and if I hear one more time, people in Florida play hockey, and, and then the girls have done, the girls are playing great hockey. And the program has grown.
Yep.
I mean, they've now got 6 girl teams, and that's phenomenal because 3 years ago we had 0.
Yep. No, it's going really well, and I'm able to watch some of the games on Live Barn and from Dallas, and they played really good.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it's not like you don't have 100 other things to do, but when the girls get the phone call from you, after the game, and you'll mention something specific about the game where they know. You watched it. Thank you for doing it.
I'll tell you a funny story, because when you guys got back and Delaney came back for her first day of training after that trip, I said, that I'm thrilled you had the winning goal in the tournament. I said, but what did you do wrong on that goal? She goes, I should have shot it sooner. I said, yeah, by the time you walked it all the way down to the half wall, I said, and you threw it at the net, and the goalie kind of didn't know where it was. The next thing you know, it's in the net. I said, if you'd have picked that pass up and just took 2 steps in and ripped it, I said, you put yourself in a position where that was kind of a lucky goal.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, but you got it to the net, which is great. But I watched that clip, and we looked at it together, and I said, why did you walk all that distance?
Right.
It was a good pass, 2 steps in, boom, hammer it, big slapper.
Yep.
And she goes, I know, Coach, I know.
It's awesome. She and we're digressing, but I gotta, what I'm not going to talk about, because then you're giving away. If someone actually watched outside of the 4 people in our podcast, but she has this way of walking in from the left side with the puck that she's hitting these impossible angles, and the only thing I can think of is that, mind you, 3 of the 4 are going in. Okay, and like the shot percentage as far as goals made, is like it's almost you can feel that they're going in, and the only thing I can think of is that. From the angle that she's at, the goalies are thinking it's going wide.
Sure. I mean, if it's a goalie and you see a guy shooting from the wall, you think that's a low percentage shot.
Right.
And so you might play that a little differently than if they're coming right down the pipe.
Yeah.
But, it's fun to watch her play. And when I watch her play in the Aces and I see her starting to take end-to-end rushes, really moving the puck, and she's strong on D, and she's playing with high school boys, and it's just fun to watch. This is really coming together well. Your team looks great. My team will end up, being what I want it to be.
Yeah. Well, we're all going there, and that's the thing is that what's cool about the Aces is that we have of the girls in the league, we have one girl on the Stingrays, and Natter's playing great hockey. I mean, she is absolutely a force to be reckoned.
She had a good game.
Yeah,
Saturday.
I thought so too, man. She, you couldn't get past her.
She was difficult,
Yeah.
She was difficult to deal with, and they looked much better this week against you guys. Still came up a little short, 5-4 game. It was a nail biter. They scored with 10 seconds left to get within one.
I didn't think the game was over.
Yeah, no, not at all, not at all. Because they outshot you guys pretty good.
Yeah, we're used to that though. I mean, we've been, with the girls teams and even with the Aces so far, we are a defensively heavy team. I mean, we're used to.
Yep.
And I would argue we're more opportunistic because we're playing more East-West hockey than the other three teams.
Yeah, and you got Costello in net, who's turned out to be a very good goaltender for an 05.
Oh my God!
He's young, but he's big, and he makes a lot of stops.
He's got this move for down low in the corners that he puffs his chest out, and it's like he's got this bladder that he just inflates, right, and he just fills the net.
Next thing you know, he's big.
Yeah, but he steps up forward.
Yep.
And it's amazing because if you thought there was like a gap or a hole, there's not. I mean, it is not going past it. It's fun, man. I absolutely just. It's so cool. I've never seen that before.
He's been impressive. There's been a lot of people that have stepped up in rapid fashion that I wasn't expecting to. One on my team, Andrew Harmon, had a couple of goals the other night and was really pushing hard for his hat trick. But you look across the spectrum of all four teams and you go, wow, these kids are hungry to play. Yeah. I mean, because there's not been any lack of intensity in any of these games.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's it. And I'll even say, I mean, they've been physical, which we've been addressing. It's that fine line of good hockey versus turning into high school hockey. And we've been very conscious of that. What I did appreciate, 65 of the Sandshire of the Stingrays.
Eric Laflamme.
All right.
Another fine quality person.
You got it, right? So he checked Savannah.
Yep.
And Savannah, dropped into the wall.
Yep.
And rather than move on and get into play, he stopped and he's helping her up, asking her if she's okay.
He just cut the ice real quick, turned around, stuck his hand out, look, and I could almost read his mind. Everything okay over here?
Yeah. You could see him. You could see him.
And she gave him the nod, and he was gone. And then, but the idea that he would take the time to make sure she was all right, again, it points to the quality player that he is, person that he is, and we have a lot of people like that in this league. I can tell you right now. Maybe it's just what we're doing drew that type of people to us, but they're all grooving over the format. They're all grooving over the opportunity. Yeah. And I think like as you're starting to see now, as the product's on the ice, we're starting to get those text messages and emails. Hey, you got room for another player?
That's it.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to add a couple more teams before the first of the year. Maybe we'll structure things so that when we get started for next season, we'll have 8 teams. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I called him out after the second period, after when the period was over and we were in the locker rooms, and and at first he looked at me, and right, and
a little worried,
right?
Uh-oh.
And and I just said, what, hockey's hockey. I saw what happened, and I know what you did afterwards. And I can say you're nothing but aces, and the way that you handled yourself.
Actually, he's a Stingray.
Well, all right, but he's still aces. There should be an aces award.
That's your team, buddy.
For quality play.
I'm still trying to figure out how to slip a musket into the rinks for my game award. The rinks probably will frown on that.
Yeah, don't do that during the open skate at Ellington because there was a sheriff standing there at the front door. But yeah, so I mean. Again, awesome job. We're talking. I'm calling you out because it's about the sportsmanship, and that's what we started the league. That's what you wanted.
Yep.
That's what, as a coach and as a parent, I was demanding. And it's nice to see this stuff starting to come around. Where I watch girls hockey, and there is no checking. I got half the team that doesn't even know how to check.
Yeah.
Right. But they can play hockey.
Yeah, they play
And-
really well.
right? And I don't mind the contact as long as it's good contact.
Mhm.
And the fact that the teams are running the way they are, it has been great hockey. It's been really fun. It's fast, it's competitive, and there hasn't been, with the exception of just that anomaly of the first game.
Right. They've all won goal games.
Yeah.
1 2-goal game, and then the first game of the season blowout.
Right. So the draft. So I mean, the draft actually paid. I think hindsight worked out really well. I mean, that was a really good.
Mhm.
To where we're not getting the blowouts, and you would think even after 3 or 4 games that you'd see some lopsidedness, but boy, no. I think it's going to go down to the wire when we get 10 games into this.
Yep.
It's going to be that much better.
Well, and that's the point. If the games are this good now, and we're just getting started training these kids and developing them, how good is it going to be at game 25?
That's it.
I mean, I'm thrilled to death with what I see on the ice right now. So game 25, it's going to be some really rocking hockey.
Right. Yeah. Nice commitment by the coaches, the players, the parents.
Yep.
And we're all making it work.
Yep.
And and like I said, as a coach and as a parent, I can't thank you enough because it really is. My kids have had an absolute blast with it.
Well,
and
it took a lot of hands to make it work. So
Yeah.
and parents and coaches, everybody. So, but that's a good way to kick off the new season here on the Pondcast.
Yeah.
And don't want to have the clock run out. The new contract is very specific on timing. So we gotta try to wrap this one up here. But
yeah. So if you have any questions, do yourselves a favor. Check out the website.
FIHLhockey.com.
That's it.
That's it.
And I mean, it's got the stats. I mean, it's everything that you'd want to see in a league, which is really cool.
And you know what? If you're looking to help out, volunteer, we could always use anthem singers. We could always use people to help in the score box if you're interested in stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's lots of positions, volunteer positions to jump in on.
I learned that I cannot score keep and keep shot of, particularly for your game, because I ran out of ink. I was filling up so much paper.
There you go.
That
was a fun game.
Yeah. So.
All
right.
So get ready for the next set of games, and we'll get this episode out to you ASAP, and get ready for season 2 of the Goose Pond Podcast. Going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Have a great night. And
Peace.
what do we do? Peace.
Peace.